Hi guys, welcome back to another chapter day series. Yay! It's literally 5:44 a.m. and I'm recording this. So awesome. I had to wake up early today, so I had to do a chapter day. So I've said so many times. I hope you guys are doing fine and staying alright. Please thank God for giving you life and giving you good health, because a lot of people have died. A lot of people did not see this month of September, so we should be grateful to God and just be thankful to Him that He remembers to wake us up each day and to see the morning and to see the night and to start all over again. We should do that. So yeah, that's basically that. So previously on Ruth, we talked about how Ruth and Naomi's journey took a tail and the fruit of the spirit. So basically, after Ruth made such an awesome speech, she was like, "Oh, I'll die where you die. Your call to be my call. Your people will be my people. Um, I'll go where you go," and all that kind of stuff. So she said all that to Naomi and stayed with Naomi. Now Naomi wants to go to Mr. E's, her late husband's kinsman, to go get a piece of land so that she and Naomi can survive, and she and Ruth can survive. Now Ruth is very kind. Ruth is very disciplined, and it really just pointed out to the relations of the fruit of the spirit. So yesterday we read a memory verse that talked about the fruit of the spirit, and the fruits of the spirits are chastity, joy, peace, patience, kindness, goodness, gentleness, faith, modesty, self-control, and charity. So basically, Ruth had patience, she was kind, she was faithful, she had self control, she was gentle, and she had peace. And all these things, through God's grace in her life for those things, warranted her to get all the things around her, if that makes any sense. Okay, so yeah, that's basically what it is. But this chapter will, highlight how that attributes of gentleness, peace, joy, favor, faithfulness in God were granted the things around her. So basically, today's chapter, Ruth chapter 3, is 18 verses, which is really short, and it's talking about Boaz. So Boaz is an 80-year-old man who owns this farm that is, he's also one of Naomi's distant relatives, so like a kingsman. Now, he has an encounter with Ruth, and he's just so overwhelmed by how kind and diligent and patient she is, and therefore he makes her a promise that he will help her and he will keep that promise, because he saw how focused she was. And I did some commentary research on this, and I talked about grace. So most of the time we always see grace as something that is undeserved, right? The grace of favor. You get favor is things that, you don't deserve, but you get favor. You get favor in the eyes of men, in the eyes of God. But I read today that grace is something that more or less we have to give, irrespective of whether we deserve it or not. Or rather, we have to get, irrespective of whether we deserve it or not. Like, for example, the grace of salvation, the grace of God's salvation. We don't deserve it as sinners, but God still gives it to us. And therefore, as human beings, we shouldn't wait to think, oh, does this person deserve it? Does he not deserve it? Because God, who is greater than all of us, is giving us sinners, mere mortals, the grace of salvation, even when we don't deserve it. He didn't think, wow, these people don't deserve it, they deserve it. He just gave us that grace of salvation because he loves us so much and is kind-hearted to us. And that's why, as human beings and as Christians, we should give the grace of favor to people who, irrespective of whether they deserve it or not, we should give it. I know it sounds weird to say, oh, as humans, we should give the grace of favor. Through your acts of kindness, you're, you know, indirectly giving the grace of favor from God, because you're allowing God to use you, because God is kind-hearted, God is kind, God is loving, God is peaceful. That's why we're told to act Christ-like. If you're allowing God to use you to implement and to portray the grace of favor, that's why Boaz, right here, he loved God. He was a man who knew God. He allowed God to use him to give Naomi the grace of favor, or to manifest the grace of favor in Ruth's life, not Naomi, Ruth's life. And that's why she was just a mere worker on a wheat farm. Boaz never met Ruth, but when he saw her, because he was allowing God to use the grace of favor in him, he just decided to, you know, give her favor. He decided to allow Ruth see favor in his eyes. This is how we should act. We shouldn't think, oh, this person deserves it, this person doesn't deserve it. Just act that way and allow God to be the judge of whether they deserve it or not, or whether, you'd get something in return. And I feel this whole chapter of Ruth is talking about sowing and reaping, and also talking about kindness and trust in God. And I really like that. So yeah, that's basically what it talked about. And memory verse for today, I don't have any, because I woke up a little bit too early, but I will do a quiet time in the evening, and I will update the website for a better convenience. Yay. So I pray God manifest the grace of salvation and favor in our lives towards helping people around us, be it helping the homeless, be it charity, be it lending money, or even just giving money to people who desperately need it without lending. Doing all these things can make a difference in people's life, be it giving shelter to someone, or giving food to someone, or giving clothes to someone, or giving advice to someone. Just do things from your heart without expecting anything in return, because God is seeing you. The Bible does say, sow and you will reap. So God is saying you allow his grace to manifest in you, to do all these kind things that will manifest different types of grace for other people. So yeah, and if you remember yesterday, I said I was going to do a 1 week where I live Christ-like and try to do one thing from the fruit of the Spirit. And yesterday was the first day. I would say it was pretty good. Yesterday was pretty good. I didn't really have any opportunity to express forgiveness or patience or kindness. There was joy, I was happy, I was peaceful, and I had faith in God. So I'd say I did those three. And yeah, that's basically it. And I really pray I really pray God gives us more grace to continue our walk with him, and guides us and protects us and just leads us in all that we do. So stay safe, and see you guys in tomorrow's chapter. Bye.